Hey, Pookie. What are you doing? Hey y'all, how's it growing? Today I have an exciting update to share with you. But first let me explain why it's taken me so long to upload this video. I actually had all of the footage recorded to include me putting the tree into the ground, and silly me, I hit one button and the entire thing deleted. So you live and you learn, but we're gonna go and show you around again, although you didn't see the first one. We're gonna do take two, if you will. So let's jump on in and let me show you all the exciting things we got going on around the house. Okay, the first thing we have is this beautiful tree. If you follow me on Instagram, you can see the photo that I posted when we first put it into the ground. It was actually up against the house. So let me turn this thing around so you can see what it looks like from the front. Isn't that a beautiful view? It really adds curb appeal to this house. Now, this is actually the first tree that we're planting at the property, and this is a Monterey oak. And I wanted to give you a close-up shot of the foliage so you can take a look at the dark green leaves. And this tree does actually produce some acorns. I was trying to find some for you. Let's see, right here. Can you see those little acorns? So the Monterey oak actually grows at a rate of 2.5 feet per year, and the tree actually matures to about 45 feet tall and 35 feet wide. So it has a very wide spread of foliage, which is what we wanted it for. Lots of shade. I mentioned it has acorns. It is drought tolerant, which is helpful because, as you know, we don't really have a lot of fertile soil here. And from what I've read on this tree, it's very adaptable to a wide variety of soil types. So this is the perfect tree, I think, for our house. The footage that I did have before was me putting all of the soil and mixing some of the sand in with it, and then putting the mulch on top and then watering it in. So that's the stuff that you missed, but I think that the tree turned out pretty good, don't y'all think? The second thing I wanted to show y'all was this grass. We wanted to experiment with the grass on top of the sand. We placed about 20 squares of the St. Augustine grass without topsoil, and it's doing surprisingly well. And I'm thinking we're going to be planting some more, but you can see that the grass is already starting to take, and it's raising, growing up nice and tall. It's still very green. We water it in every night, hence the hose in the picture. But this grass is doing so good on this sand. Why am I surprised by this, guys? I don't know. So good stuff. Hopefully what we'll do is, since now that this does really well, we're going to take this St. Augustine grass and we're going to spread it out all along here till about right here in the front, and then the rest we'll probably fill in with some rocks. But the landscaping will look really nice, I think. Over here in this corner, which is really just a weed zone right now, we are planning on actually building a deck along this side here and putting, a couple of rocking chairs or something, and in the front area just making that into a garden bed. So that'll be nice to fill this space. We are going to head over here to give you a quick update on the watermelons and the corn. So the corn actually didn't do as well. These over here burned up, and this one's struggling. I mean, he's larger, but he is struggling a little bit. The watermelon are doing fantastic. This one has always been bigger than this one right here, and they're starting to sprout some flowers, which means fruit is on its way. So the watermelon love the sand, have no problem growing directly into the sand. Isn't that cool? That's awesome. All right, we're walking up to the chicken coop. So we did actually run the chicken run right here, which is a dog pen that we got at Tractor Supply. And we used 50% shade cloth right here to cover the top and go all the way down to the bottom of the coop, so that way in the evening sun, as you can see there's the evening sun, as it comes through, that it provides some shade for my girls. But it looks really nice. They've really enjoyed it. We actually stuck in there one of these dried old cedar tree stumps that we pulled from our ranch property. I got one for them and I have one for the quail. There's their little door and they come out. Now the cool thing we did to the chicken coop is we actually had the trim of the chicken coop painted to match the shed that I'm about to show you, and then I added that little rooster. So I figured, hey, if we can't have roosters to protect them and keep them safe, we'll just put a little picture of one. But didn't it turn out pretty cute with the gray trim? Let me go around the side here so you can see the door. Look at the door. It looks so farmhouse-esque. I don't know if that's a word either. I'm making up my own words over here. Okay, the quail, on the other hand, which in my opinion, kind of boring, to be honest with you. The chicken's way more fun. So there's the fun house. There's the boring house. The quail don't do much. What we did figure out though, in going through and looking at them, is that we have about 50% of them are males, 50% of them are females. So the males are gonna have to go somewhere soon, very, very soon. Yeah, they can't stay in there for very long. So they look pretty cute, don't you think? All right, there she is. This is the garden shed that I have been long waiting for and dreaming about. My plans for this shed are going to be to put some window boxes down here to plant some flowers, maybe put a little wreath on the top, grow some plants along the side, maybe even at some point put a deck out in the front, and that will just make it look a little more homey and not so much a structure in the middle of nowhere. We did include a window on each side of the doors here, and then on each side we had one of these medium-sized windows. We wanted to provide as much natural sunlight as we could, and also we needed a breeze because it gets very, very hot out here, especially in the dead of summer. It is very breezy out here in the evenings, which is nice. So like right now, it's not as windy as it normally is, but the heat index has dropped significantly, and now we're able to enjoy the evening with the chickens. So this is a tough shed. We did order this at Home Depot. We sat down with someone and designed where we were going to put the windows, what we wanted on the inside. It is incomplete as far as, you know, any insulation and any walls. Our plan eventually, probably this time next year, is to put the walls up and, you know, build some shelving and stuff. But for now, as we're kind of getting stuff situated, I think we'll still just use this temporarily, which is my seed growing tray, or I mean shelf, if you will, and then build like a temporary shelf right here just to be able to do some work. But you can see from the back here, the windows, right? Isn't that nice? Nice natural sunlight, beautiful views. I'll show you the view from back here. There's the house and the chicken coop and the boring quail over there. And then of course the view on this side, let me get up the screen here. There we go. Has beautiful views. We do have a neighbor that's moving in, super nice people. And they're building their fence and everything. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this quick update. A lot has happened since the last time that we chatted. The tree got put in, which is the Monterey oak. We had installed some grass in the front to experiment and see how it does in the sand with no additives to the soil, no fertilizer, nothing like that. And it is doing so good. So I'm just so surprised yet again about the sand. And I'm not really sure why that is, because when I go to the beach, there are areas where grass grows in the sand. So I guess it's just new to me to actually live here with it. But The next thing is a watermelon. The watermelon have done really well. I feel like they're maybe a little bit slower to grow in the sand without the added help of moisture and nutrients and things like that, but still pretty cool to see that it's still thriving pretty well. The chicken coop has been updated with the chicken run and the chickens themselves, and they are really loving their space. I'm certainly loving it. If you follow me on Instagram, you notice I post a lot of pictures of the chickens, and the golden ones really love to perch on top of me quite a bit. But honestly, it's kind of like what I call my happy place. I really enjoy it. And here we are sitting in the shed. This is the focal point of the entire garden. I'm gonna dress it up as time goes on, but our next big project in the garden is gonna be to actually build some beds. So I will probably think about on our next video showing you design of, you know, some ideas that I have on how I'm gonna lay the beds out in the garden. I'm certainly open to any suggestions that you might have on how to place things and what to grow, but I would love to be able to have all that done just in time to plant some stuff for fall. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do that, but I'm certainly going to try. But in the meantime, I'm just going to kick back and enjoy all that we have accomplished so far. It's been so nice, and I'm very excited to see as we get more established and more things get put into the ground and built and put together. It's really coming together already. I can't even imagine what it's gonna look like this time next year. So thanks again for watching my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll try to put out more videos as often as I can, but for those of you who don't know, I do work during the day, a full-time job, and so the best times that I can get out and do these videos is in the evenings during the week or on the weekends. But the more I do, the more I'm going to try to film. I do the best I can. I'm not that great at it, to be perfectly honest with you. But anyway, until next time, I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.